So there's one player I keep seeing in my comic section, and I'm not sure if it's the same person commenting. I think three different people mentioned him. But his name is Josh Whyle from the Cincinnati Bearcats. He's actually a local in Cincinnati, and a lot of Bengals fans, based on what I heard, they love this guy. So let's go ahead and learn about him today, because he is a player that Cincinnati can take. And let's learn about his strength, his weaknesses, what he needs to work on, and where he's going to go. So starting off right away, the first question is, where is he going to go? So I put up a mock draft right here for Cincinnati Bengals. And let's go ahead and draft as we always do. So is he a first round pick? No, he's not a first round pick. He's also not a second round pick. So this is a player Cincinnati could target later on in the draft. That could be an absolute gem for them. So, for example, let's say start off right away, right, and they go with Antoine Harrison there. Okay, well, it looks like he is still on the board here. He's actually going to be, actually, let me remove tackles. Every time I look for him, he always is so hard to find. He's 184, he's right here. So, he's still on the board, right? Now, Cincinnati could go with multiple tight ends in this draft, but in this mock draft, I'm going to have them go with a tackle, and then I'm going to have them go with, I don't really like Garrett Williams that much. I'm having to go with Hodges Thompson here, cornerback. So, third round, is he still available in the third round is the question. And the answer to that question will be an astounding yes. He still will be available in the third round, as he is still right there. Now, if I'm Cincinnati here, I'm going with Carl Brooks. I've talked about him many times. I absolutely love this edge rusher from Bowling Green. I think he should be an absolute stud for you guys and a really great player moving forward. Now going into the fourth round, we now still have him available. He is getting closer to the top of the list, but he is still available in the fourth round. So now they could go with someone like, fourth round here. Let's see what tackles we got available. I love Connor Gavin. Guards. Let me see if there's any guards I like here. Chandler, maybe, but I think we can probably... Yeah, we could probably get those guys later on in the draft, so I'm not really interested right now in those guys, but I might be interested in someone here like Tank. So I'm actually going to take Tank in the fourth round here. So now fifth round, this is where, fifth, sixth is where we actually see him going. And who else but Baltimore Ravens take him in the fifth round here. So if you're Cincinnati, this is most likely going to be a low-end fourth round, high-end fifth round pick. I've seen him go all the way to... I've seen him in mock drafts go to Cincinnati in the fifth round. So he's a fourth, fifth round pick. Now the question is he going to be that amazing for a fourth or fifth round pick? Well, let's go ahead and look at his numbers. So 326 yards last season, 330 the season before that, and then 353 yards before that. Now, this is why... And I'm going to show you guys this, why I hate stats. Because he's actually a really good athlete, really good player overall-wise. Keep in mind also he is a fourth, fifth round pick, so it's not like he's going to be, a high draft capital type player, which is actually a really good thing. If this guy was a first round pick, I might be like, okay, maybe not. But to get depth like this in the fourth or fifth round, especially at a position you're going to need some depth at going into the season, whether you sign Hayden Hurst or not, I think this could be a really good signing for that reason. I think it could be a really good fourth or fifth round pick. But as you guys can see right here, he did play 12 games last season, 13 games, 10 games, and 2 games. Obviously, 6 touchdowns, and 3 touchdowns. So, the man has a nose for the end zone, let's be honest. He definitely has a nose for the end zone. He played 32 snaps, 26 snaps, and 28 snaps. And then looking at his draft profile, here is everything about the guy. So he is currently 6'6", 248 pounds. He is from Cincinnati, Ohio. So he was born and raised in Cincinnati. You can't get more Cincinnati than that. College was Cincinnati, tight end, senior class. He's an 80 out of 100 player rating. That's really freaking good. Okay? We're talking about that from a first round pick? Nah. Second? Nah. A fourth or possibly fifth round pick with an 80 out of 100 rating? That's pretty dang good. He's also the 8th ranked tight end on the board. Again, 4th or 5th round, that's not bad. 40-yard dash was 4.69. It's not horrendous for a tight end either. Reception, 326 yards, obviously was his most recent year in Cincinnati. But let's learn more about the guy. Span is a 78 and 3/8, 38% span. Arm is 31.5. Hands, 9.5. 40-yard dash, you looked at it. Vertical, 33.5. Broad jump was 115. Not bad at all. Pretty dang good numbers. I know most people will not understand those numbers, so let's go ahead and kind of look more into it. So, his hands is a 70%. Again, I have to stress this enough. 47% of players who get drafted from round 4 to 7 do not make an NFL roster, right? A lot of these guys are bust and just never pan out. This guy could be the exception. 70% hands, 70% short receiving, intermediate routes 73%, deep route 61%, and blocking 67%. Now, you know what I'm hearing right now? Let me tell you what I'm hearing. You can't teach that. You can't teach that. You can teach this. That's what I'm hearing. I can't teach you how to be 6'6". I can't teach you how to be 248 pounds. I can teach you how to correct every one of those stats. And what he has so far is pretty dang good to start with. It's not like we're looking at like hands 40%, short receiving 20%, but he's good at this, good at that. He's pretty above average on every single category. I think any coach in the NFL would sit here, look at those numbers, look at that thing and say, I can work with that. I can work with that. I can perfect that. I can take that and make something of it. ESPN has him rating as 79 out of 100. ESPN 24/7 Sports has him rating 90 out of 100. Rivals.com has him at a 5.7, which is a 93% grade. Draft profile bio. Josh Whyle from LaSalle High School was rated a 3-star recruit by ESPN and handed a 3-star grade by 247 Sports after high school. Whyle opted to join Cincinnati. In 2018, a freshman, Whyle saw action in 4 games for Cincy as he made no receptions for yards. Okay, so it's kind of just going with... as a blocker, he allowed 0 pressures and 0 sacks. This is another thing I do want to talk about. When you're a 4th or 5th or 6th round pick, a lot of times people think, you're getting drafted. Oh, well, he's a 5th round tight end. Not really. You're a 5th round, 6th round pick. You're asked to do a lot more than a star would. I hate to tell you this, but when you're a 5th round pick tight end, you're also the right tackle backup. You're also the guy they're trying out at right tackle, the guy they're trying out at right guard, the guy they're trying out wide receiver. You see it all the time. Players come in the NFL, right? And sometimes they're never the position that they were set to be in college. You can get drafted in one position and never, ever, ever, pan out to be that position because a team doesn't want you to be that position, right? So you pan out to be something else. So here's his strength. Varies the speed of his routes using hesitation and shoulder fakes to keep the defenders guessing. He's lengthy, long-armed, but Whyle has a broad shoulder frame to carry more weight. Whyle was a national high jump champion in high school, and that athleticism translates to the passing game. Made Bruce Feldman's Freak List ranked number 78. He wrote, he moves extremely well for a big man, clocking a 4.65 40 to go with a 35. He also topped 20 miles per hour on the GPS and done 16 reps of 225. A coordinated athlete and tough player to tackle, running with low pads levels, has a good body thickness and strength. Thriving on physically thriving on physicality. He's a contested catch specialist with a knock for warding off defenders while the ball is in the air. He has strong hands and the ability to wrestle the ball away from defenders. Whyle transitions quickly from receiver to runner, and he has enough speed to threaten the seam. His weaknesses. His ability to track the ball is good enough, but Whyle too often lets the ball get into his body downfield rather than snatching it with his hands. He'll need to become, by the way, I'm going to go through this real fast. Teachable. He'll learn to become a sharper route running, especially on option routes, to create separation at intermediate level. Teachable. High cut frame and limited power in hands prevents a top blocking grade. Teachable. He'll also learn to adjust to he'll also have to adjust to getting his hands around to locate the ball on short receiving routes over the middle. All teachable things. All very, very teachable things. Very nice. Going to be a great player in the NFL. Whether Cincinnati takes him or not, he's going to be a very, very good player. Guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.